on one solution, which is the Goldbod. So we're going to do it in two ways. I'm going to bring up the CEO to lay some foundation on what the Goldbod has done so far, and then I'll sit with him for a few minutes and ask him a couple of friendly questions around the Goldbod. And from the way I look at you, you guys have some questions for him as well. He's ready to address those questions. So this is the Goldbod moment. So I'd like to bring up the CEO of the Ghana Goldbod, Mr. Samuel Gyamfi, known as Sammy Gyamfi. Put your hands together for him. And then we'll see where the chips will fall. Why? Put your hands together for Mr. Sammy Gyamfi.
Thank you very much, Bernard. Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers of State, representatives of government agencies across the sub-region, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good morning to you all. It is a great privilege to address this crucial summit here in our nation's capital. And to our guests from outside Ghana, let me formally say to you, Akwaba, to wit, you're welcome from the Ghana Goldbod. Before I proceed, I wish to commend His Royal Highness, Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, for his vision in putting together this historic and transformational event. I also recognize the hard work and diligence of my own brother, Nana Kwakudua, and his team of organizers at the Ashanti Green Initiative for being the boots on the ground to make His Majesty's vision a manifest reality. Ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, Ghana is currently the largest producer of gold in Africa and a key player in the extractive sector of Africa and the world at large. However, despite its enviable reputation, the country has had challenges in maximizing its gold resources for the prosperity of its people. This disconnect may be likened to a butcher who is starved of protein. There are a number of factors which have contributed to this disparity between the country's rich gold resource and its actual gains. And one of these factors that has accounted for this setback was the fragmented, unstructured, and poorly regulated gold trading sector of the country. This challenge, among other things, limited market access for the country's artisanal small-scale gold and fueled uncontrolled smuggling over the years. This sad situation led to huge revenue losses to the state and denied our economy of much-needed forex for economic stability and transformation. For many years, Ghana's poorly regulated gold trading sector denied the country from reaping the full benefits of its rich gold resource. Thankfully, this hurdle is now a thing of the past, thanks to the visionary president of our dear nation, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who conceived the novel idea of the Ghana Goldbod to save a promising sector which has been bleeding from poor regulation and disjointed supervision. The establishment of the Ghana Goldbod has paved the way for a redefining era of leadership, regulation, and transformation of Ghana's challenged gold trading sector for the optimization of national benefits. The Goldbod is a product of extensive stakeholder consultations and essentially the central state agency mandated by law to oversee, regulate, and undertake the buying, selling, assaying, refining, and exportation of gold for the purpose of generating foreign exchange for the country, supporting gold reserve accumulation by the Bank of Ghana, and promoting supply chain sustainability. Thus, the Goldbod, and only the Goldbod, is the sole buyer and exporter of all artisanal small-scale gold in Ghana. Additionally, the Gold Board has the right to buy a portion or all of the gold produced by large-scale mining firms in line with government's preemption rights exercised by the minister responsible for mines. Having taken over the rights, obligations, assets, and liabilities of the Precious Minerals Marketing Company, we at the Ghana Gold Board have hit the ground running and are already chalking significant strides. We have tightened regulatory controls, launched a ruthless fight against gold smuggling, and deployed effective aggregation systems across the country that helps us to mop up 90% of all ASM gold. These measures have accounted for the unprecedented gold purchases and exports we have recorded this year. Ladies and gentlemen, from February 2025 to May 2025, I think you've been fed with information on our gold purchases and exports from January to April, but what I'm presenting to you includes the just ended month of May. So from February 2025 to May 2025, the PMMC Now Gold Board on its own has purchased and exported for the Bank of Ghana gold from the artisanal small-scale mining sector to the tune of 40 billion Ghana cedis with an export value of approximately 4 billion United States dollars. Thus, for the first time, and as was stated by the CEO of the Minerals Commission, gold exports from the artisanal small-scale mining sector of Ghana has exceeded gold exports from the large-scale sector. Indeed, the total gross weight of ASM gold exported either by or through the PMMC Now Gold Board from January to May 2025 stands at a whopping 41.5 tons. This, coupled with prudent monetary and fiscal policies of the government, has significantly increased forest liquidity in the market and accelerated foreign reserve accumulation, leading to the sustained appreciation of the national currency and a positive impact in the living conditions of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, in the just ended month of May 2025 alone, gold purchases and exports by the Gold Board from the artisanal small-scale sector hits a record high of 11 tons with an export value of a staggering 1.172 billion United States dollars. The data shows the great prospects of the artisanal small-scale mining sector to our economy and the general well-being of our dear country if properly harnessed. As the President stated yesterday at the summit, quote, artisanal miners are not enemies of the state. When properly trained and supported, they can be allies of development, unquote. The Gold Board is committed to tapping and maximizing the full potential of artisanal small-scale mining by supporting sustainable mining and promoting responsible sourcing by all gold traders in the ASM sector. To strengthen regulatory oversight and promote responsible sourcing and traceability, the Gold Board has begun the licensing of all players in the gold trading sector of the country. Our license categories range from aggregation licenses to buying licenses to refining license, smelting license, transportation license, export partnership license, among others. Licensees of the Gold Board are subject to a strict code of responsible sourcing and continuous due diligence by the Gold Board, working in conjunction with the Bank of Ghana and the Financial Intelligence Center of Ghana, in line with our anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing policies. As you may be aware, the Gold Board Act proscribes foreigners from engaging in direct gold purchases from the local market. However, foreigners are allowed and encouraged to apply directly to the Gold Board to purchase or take gold from the board. Foreigners may also partner Ghanaians who have applied for self-financing aggregation license from the Gold Board. Again, foreigners may apply for a license from the Goldbod to establish refineries, jewelry factories, and other forms of value addition and fabrication enterprises. I therefore wish to use this opportunity to invite our foreign guests herein gathered and those who are monitoring this program from afar to take advantage of the numerous opportunities in the mining, trading, and value addition space of Ghana for mutual benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, while we may be glad about the initial successes chalked so far, the Goldbod journey of creating a positive and lasting economic impact has just begun. Without resting on our laurels in the brief period of our establishment, the Goldbod is determined to fly higher in executing its mandate for the benefit of Ghanaians and our investor partners across the globe. Before the end of this year, the Goldbod will roll out a digital traceability technology for its entire supply chain across the country. This traceability system will enhance market access and the value of the country's ASM gold. In the medium to long term, it will ensure that every gram of gold purchased by the Goldbod is traceable throughout its various custody points all the way to the mine it was produced. And that mine, I must say, must be a licensed mine, engaged in legal, responsible, and sustainable mining in accordance with the mining laws of Ghana and international best practices. Effective September 2025, the Goldbod shall, in collaboration with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, begin the training of artisanal small-scale miners in environmentally friendly mining and modern mercury-free recovery optimization techniques. Also, to further increase Ghana's ASM gold output, the Goldbod and its investor partners will invest in the cooperative mining program of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. We'll also partner with hard rock small-scale and medium-scale, as well as large-scale mining firms to maximize the sustainable production of gold in the country and national revenue for development. Investors who will be partnering with the Goldbod in this program will receive payments for their investment in discounts on gold over a 24 to 36 months period. Let me also state, ladies and gentlemen, that the Goldbod is committed to spending a significant portion of our trading surplus on land reclamation and other sustainable initiatives such as the Blue Water Initiative and the Tree for Life program launched by the government. We will invest in geological investigations to make available reliable geological data for sustainable ASM and medium-scale mining to bring to an end a phenomenon known in Ghana as, quote, lottery mining. Under our corporate social responsibility policy, a significant chunk of our trade surplus will be invested in the provision of modern education facilities, health facilities, scholarships for brilliant but needy students, portable water systems, and other socio-economic projects to alleviate the plight of mining communities, most of whom are victims of the ravages of illegal mining. Ladies and gentlemen, the days of illegal gold trading and uncontrolled gold smuggling have come to an end. The Goldbod will ensure that Ghana's gold is traded and exported legally, and the forex proceeds thereof fully repatriated to support our economy and improve the livelihoods of our people. We shall not rest until every gold smuggler is behind bars. In the coming weeks, the Goldbod shall, in conjunction with national security, launch a standing anti-gold smuggling task force to further strengthen our fight against the illicit menace. All persons who fall foul of the law, whether Chinese or Indian or Ghanaian, will be dealt with no matter whose ox is God. No one will be spared. We at the Goldbod, ladies and gentlemen, also understand that value addition is the surest way of maximizing national benefits from our country's rich mineral deposits. In this regard, the Goldbod will soon move away from the export of dory to bullion in the short to medium term. We are currently working with local refineries with clear medium-term paths to LBMA accreditation to ensure that this dream of moving away from the export of dory to bullion becomes a reality. Let me also say that the Goldbod is open to symbiotic partnerships to actualize the vision of President Mahama to establish a gold village in the nature of the gold souk of Dubai in Ghana to serve as a hub of gold jewelry and ornaments in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with our mandate as a national assayer, we have commenced work for the establishment of an international standard ISO certified and LBMA compliant assay laboratory by 2026. The land for this project has already been secured. This international standard assay lab will ensure that all gold, both small scale and the large scale sectors exported from Ghana, are subjected to fire assay to ensure accurate purity determination and evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I wish to extend a warm hand of invitation to the LBMA, the World Gold Council, the OECD, and the global investor community across the entire mining spectrum to partner with Ghana in the area of sustainable mining, responsible sourcing, value addition, to attain best mutual outcomes. Ghana is ready, the Goldbod is prepared, and together we can all sail higher. We can all sail to higher realms of dividends in the mining sector where the environment is preserved, lives are bettered, and communities are uplifted. Thank you very much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.